Good morning and welcome back to Miniature Monday here on Gaming with ADHD, where it is Monday. I hope you all had a wonderful weekend. I had something. Friday afternoon, I woke up and I was just like, it was like I was having not even a 24-hour play, like a 6-hour play. It was horrible. But I am not dead. I am back. And it's another day. So, anyhow, so I don't know if anyone's noticed. I am trying a couple of things. I'm changing up how I do thumbnails just a little bit. Not like huge, but trying to make them a little bit more eye-catching, a little bit easier for people to see and read, you know, what it is that we're doing quickly. Let's see. So I'm trying a couple of things. If you've got any comments or feedback, please let me know. I definitely want to hear. Sorry, I just realized I should probably share to all the socials so that people know that I'm doing stuff. Let's see here. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. There we go. So, all right, now that I've shared that around, hopefully that helps. So yeah, overall, I mean, not a horrible weekend, not great. I didn't do all the overtime that I was planning on, but, you know, I'm not dead, so there's that. Yesterday, I worked, went to church, left church early so that I could go to sleep, and then I didn't fall asleep till like 5 p.m. And I was in bed the whole time. So it was super hot, great. Anyway, so needless to say, it was an interesting weekend for me. But regardless, I'm still here. And so we can paint and we can hang out and you all can make fun of, you know, me for whatever reasons I get made fun of for. Kim probably has at least a couple of reasons. Right, Peanut Gallery? Always. Exactly. All right. So what are we going to work on today? Today we're going to continue working on our little Eberron guys. Hey! I might be a nerd, but that's because I got good friends like Hungar. So there's that. Let's see here. I want to work with some metal, so we're going to get that out. Hey, Bear. Good morning, sir. Hope everyone is doing well. Yeah, no, it was, overall, it was good for me. Yeah, yesterday was interesting with the news that seemed to be and we got a what was it? Alpha betas? Is that what it is? Now I'm feeling really dumb. Revenge of the Nerds frat. That's the alpha betas, right? Yeah, the alpha betas. Yes, exactly. I guess right. Which that was actually filmed at University of Arizona. You know, doesn't make me like doesn't make me like the movie anymore, because screw U of A. But it is an Arizona thing. Fight you on what? What are we fighting over, Bear? I guessed it right. I don't have to fight over anything. I'm very confused right now. I mean, I was just trying to guess the name of the frat of the jocks, because I know the quote comes from Ogre, and Ogre was in the jock frat. Yeah, I know I saw the movie as a kid. I think it was probably just like I think it was just the TV version, because I remember seeing the we'll call it the regular version later and realizing Mom and Dad would never have let me watch this movie. The sequels were not so great. But the original was just I mean, that was that like Six World said, just classic 80s movie. Like, the plot didn't have to make... Okay, the plot had to make sense. But, like, they could take a lot more poetic license and still just have fun, and who cares? Like, I'm trying to think of when, like, the last honest-to-goodness, like, comedy I saw was. Like, Tag was really good. I can concede to that, Six World. It's like they just wanted to have some fun. They're like, well, everybody liked the last time, let's do it again. You know. Which I can't really fault them for. Kevin Hart, I can handle depending on the situation. Like, he's a good supporter. And I find him funny in a support role. I don't know if I would go to a Kevin Hart movie being headlined by Kevin Hart. But like, I enjoyed him in Jumanji. I enjoyed him in Central Intelligence. Central Intelligence was pretty good. Like, he plays the neurotic character pretty well. Like, I think my main issue with most actors is that they're not really acting anymore. It's just, Jack Black playing as Jack Black as this other character. So if like, it's not like a Robin Williams where you could get some serious roles out of him, even if he would still bring some of his own humor to it. But it wasn't all, like, it wasn't just, oh, it's Robin Williams yet again. So I think that's the bigger problem, is we're just not really even seeing people who can act. And yes, I realize that's a very broad statement. Like, I will admit, I saw some of Bear's stuff. And now, admittedly, he had a lot more hair. So that was also a little harder to figure out that it was him. He has also lost quite a bit of weight since then. But eventually I realized that, yeah, okay, I see Bear underneath that, but it wasn't, it wasn't just like, oh, it's Bear, but he's on screen now. Of course, I've only ever seen Bear on a screen anyways, but you all know what I mean. Quit giving me grief. So, anyhow, Kevin Hart is what would have happened if Smith slapped Chris Rock one too many times and gave him permanent brain damage. Wow, that's a little harsh to Mr. Hart there. I'll be honest. I wish we'd have seen Chris Rock hit back. That would have been great. Like, I'm not sure who would win. But I kind of want to put my I kind of want to put my money on Chris Rock, because let's be honest, Will Smith was a little bit of a biatch. I mean, heck, I've probably told a worse joke about pretty much every single one of you that's in chat right now. I don't even know who all's in chat, because I've only seen Bear, Six World, and Hungar say something. Yeah, speak up, folks. You know what? That made me think of something. I'm gonna make a poll. Did you notice the new thumbnail? Yes or no? Comment if you like it or prefer the old one. Aha! Look at me, starting polls. I've decided I'm going to get a little aggressive in asking for some feedback. Because I want to... improve my channel a little bit. Like as far as like conversion rates and click-through rates and stuff like that. So apparently nobody noticed the new thumbnail. Well, one of you did not. Fair enough, Coco. No, that's fine. Like that gives me information too, as far as like, okay, because again, trying to figure out how are people finding it. So obviously you saw it in the Discord. So, you know, me posting in Bear and Max Liao's Discords is helpful. You know, new thumbnail or not. Because yeah, I'm trying some slightly different thumbnails. Like, you're not going to see me, you're not going to see me doing any of that on thumbnails ever. I don't know how that turned into the thing that YouTube decided to, hey, this is what we need to push out because people will watch this. If that's what gets you to watch a video, well, thank you, Coco. I just think it's really weird that people are like that those shocked face thumbnails supposedly do better in attracting people to a YouTube stream or video or whatever. So trying to just make some subtle changes so it still kind of looks like the thumbnails I've been doing, but it also just looks a little better. They're kind of plain. And I get that. Actually, what's really interesting is for the video that went live a couple hours ago, I actually uploaded 3 different thumbnails to see, you know, how well they worked. So that's interesting. At least it's interesting to me. The rest of you are all like, you're a weirdo. I get it. And good morning, nerds. Hope you had a great weekend. But yeah, so overall it'll be interesting to see what happens with just these little changes. But no, I'm not gonna redo the channel. I might redo I'll probably redo the thumbs just because, you know, like most of the stuff that I upload is fairly evergreen. But the short answer, if you notice any of those changes, let me know. I'd like to know what y'all think of it. Or if I should just shut up and paint. You know? So, what did everybody get to play this weekend? Anything fun, exciting, otherwise? I played nothing. I didn't even want to invite people over to try and play anything, because whatever, like, rapid onset plague I had after I woke up on Friday. Hey, Sink Noodles. Got some Space Marine 2 in. I apparently have Space Marine 1. Had never played it, so I'm like, oh, you know what? I think I will install this and play it before I play Space Marine 2. And because my son got Space Marine 2, and he's like, well, yeah, Dad, but it's a third-person shooter. You should be fine. Yeah, no, I was not fine. I was still getting motion sickness. Just trying to play that. I mean, it was fine for a, let's be honest, a more or less Rails-based shooter. Yes, I know it's not completely railed. But you know, when the gameplay is essentially, okay, follow this path and shoot anything on it. That's technically Rails. So, yeah, and that's pretty much what I'm doing. I think I'm on normal difficulty for Space Marine 1. It's been a while since I've touched it. Black Templar, nice. Definitely a nice choice. Definitely a challenging choice. So well played on that. I'm not working on them currently, although well, let's be honest, I just need to finish assembling them. I have some Sisters of Battle and some Primaris Marines. Well, I mean, that's one way to do it, Coco. Just, I mean, if you schedule extra, then when one cancels, you have a backup. So you can still get a game in. But yeah, I've got some Primaris Marines, which I haven't decided, but I'm probably going to end up doing as Dark Angels. Just because, like, I made up my own chapter like 25 years ago. 26 years ago. Holy crap, I am old. And it's not so good. I mean, it ain't horrible. Yes, Hungar, traders are the best. Oh, I love saying that about Dark Angels. It makes me laugh. But yeah, so I've got those Primaris, and these are like all the old more or less push fit assembly from 2018. Which I don't care. I don't need the like multi-part can be fun, but if you're not really worried about about all your individual poses, sometimes just having single pose is fine. Anyways, so we anyway, so I've got those. My son took the Death Guard from that starter set. So he's got some of them painted up, needs to paint more. I've never heard of the Polish Mummer Parades. Now my brain is distracted and wants to look it up. Hey, good morning, Cody. Everybody, if you're new here, and don't know GM Cody, go subscribe to his channel. He's not at 1,000. Mummer's Parade. Oh, so sort of like a Mardi Gras parade, but for New Year's Day. Interesting. That is nuts. Thank you for sharing that. You can either ally with the actual gods of reality or some deceased guy taped to a chair. I love when nerds comments like that. Mostly because you really have no idea. Like if nerds chooses to comment, it's like, what direction is this gonna go? And it's usually rather sideways, but fun. Oh, and Cody, I don't know if you saw my comment yesterday. But I think at 500 subscribers, you can apply for monetization to get your super chats enabled. You should do that so you can have your virtual guitar case open. Just saying. I would have totally super chatted your ass last night. When I realized I could just reach out to you and just like ask for your PayPal and do it that way. But I mean, where's the fun in that? Have a great day, Hungar. Thanks for showing up, buddy. I think I'm going to have to undo my decision. I gave this guy some brown tone where the flesh would be, and I don't like it. I don't think it's going to work right. I think I'm just going to paint some tanned flesh on it. So, okay. Hey, 8 months. Thanks, Hungar. Yeah, dude, totally. Like, I mean, I might be wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. But yeah, dude, absolutely get that set up. Because especially if you are going to do that on a regular, Like, you know, like I said, it's a virtual guitar case. So, but there's always next time. Oh, so Cody, since you've been busy and, you know, kind of off the grid for a little while. Yes, I know you were hanging out with everyone on Friday, but I was dying. Gosh, that sucked. What is your opinion? I mean, I know you're more of a 2E guy, but of the Eberron campaign setting from 3rd edition. Because I already know Bear's opinion, and found out a bunch of other people's opinions, but yours, I value yours. So I would like to know what you think. Actually, I mean, technically, that question is open to everyone, but but I'm just curious. All right. Oh, and don't forget, folks, if you would like one of these finely painted miniatures, I will give one away during my Wednesday live stream with Seraphis. This last week, it went to Chris Hilt. So so I'm sending him a miniature this week. Cody says, I was not the biggest fan, but it did have some interesting bits. Basically, we just culled what we enjoyed from it into our own world back in the day, but I don't remember much about it. That's totally fair. There's absolutely some I'm just going to call them strong feelings in directions about this. Because some people either like me, I liked it, but I mean, I didn't have that 2nd edition attachment. Bear just, while he doesn't hate D&D, just isn't a fan. Max Liao thinks it's an Earth Dawn ripoff. Nerds Nerd apparently is a huge fan, which I was not expecting, to be honest. So yeah, so since we didn't, thanks Mundo, since we didn't have anything happening on Wednesdays for a while, a couple months ago, I started plotting to just do something, and so now we're doing a show similar to RPG Digest. I'm trying to put my own spin on it. You know, mostly that it's shorter. The only section is the deep dive section. There's no deep dive and overview section. Anyways, but I started with Eberron just because it would be like I wouldn't have to worry about how do I want to put this? I wouldn't have to, like, basically because I'm figuring out how I want to do it. I wouldn't have to worry about, you know, doing it with something that a lot of people really enjoy, and then they're mad at me for how I cover it. So that was that thought process. I really have no idea what I'm doing as far as colors on this. Like, I am just kind of all over the place today. I'm literally just going where I feel inspired. But so far, I mean, people that have watched the deep dive seem to enjoy it, seem to enjoy how Seraphis and I are interacting. Which is good, because that was actually what I was kind of most worried about. Because, like, I don't have anyone that I can rope into for, like, hey, for the next 4 years, this is what we're gonna do. Which is another reason that, you know, you'll see rotating co-hosts. You know, that way I get a commitment for the particular project. And then they're always welcome to come back, obviously, if it works out. But while it's, you know, maybe a couple of months commitment, it's not the whole life, you know. And then if I need to take a break for whatever reason in between, yeah, we can say, okay, well, you know, we'll be back on this date with this project. Oh, I like this off gray cloak. Normally you'll see like a red or a blue or a black, but like just kind of this off-white, like it's a Warforged. So it's not like he has to wear clothes. But it's almost like he's like, oh, this looks like it would make a good thing over my shoulders for whatever reason. So apparently people seem to be noticing the new thumbnail. Not as many people are responding to the poll. But I think the views might actually be up, which is good. I like that. I really do like that. Especially because it breaks up the model. That's it. Sink noodles a day. This thumbnail got him. He's okay. That, I mean, I can't argue with that. I mean, you kind of literally just made the argument for me, Sink Noodles. That's actually kind of funny. Especially because you came in and you hung out. You didn't just like bounce off the... Like, I can see a decent number hit and then bounce off and then maybe come back. It's also weird, like, how it tracks the numbers, because, like, sometimes it'll be like, oh, there's no one watching, and then, like, 3 people are chatting along. And while I should multi-stream this to multiple platforms, and there's really no reason not to. I haven't bothered setting that up yet. So, besides 40K, then Sink Noodles, what do you normally play? Because we've got people here who play all sorts of stuff. We got 40K players, we got D&D players, we got not D&D players, we got game designers, we've got other YouTubers. Hey man, I've been there myself. Excuse me for 1 second. Peanut Gallery, I kid you not, folks. Looks like Kenny from South Park right now. And it's pretty funny. Yeah, I don't like talking about how many miniatures I have in various states of whatever. Peanut Gallery will tell you that I have too many regardless. And then I have a 3D printer, so I keep making more miniatures as well. But it's good because I mean a $35 bottle of resin like really stretches. And you get some good models out of it too. Like these that I'm painting from Arcane Minis. Or Sordane Publishing, or I don't know, whatever they're calling themselves this week. But yeah, sometimes I just, like, I work at night, so sometimes I struggle to actually, like, paint stuff. So that's why I just started doing these. Because, you know, if I'm on stream and people are watching, well, people aren't going to watch if I'm not painting. And so it forces me to keep working for at least a couple hours at a time. Usually Mondays and Fridays. Occasionally I'll throw in a bonus one. I do need to get back to Special Project Sunday to work on that statue. A friend of mine has me painting a 12-inch Mass, no, 15-inch Mass Effect statue. That I've been literally sitting on for like a year. Wow. It hasn't been a year. No, it's been at least a year that I've had Suddy's statue printed, but not worked on it. At least.
Well, how has it been sitting there for you?
It has not. It's been sitting there for about 4 weeks. Mostly because I don't really have any other place to put it. But it is also completely temporary. Like my face. Wait, why is my face temporary? See what I have to deal with, folks? Wouldn't have it any other way, to be honest with you.
You know what I think would be great?
Building a chicken run.
Correct.
It's like I know her so well, folks.
It's like I've only been following you for so long.
I know. Seriously, get your wife a chicken. It's just gonna spiral out of control, I'm telling you. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, they're hilarious. But Crazy Chicken Lady is a thing. I'm gonna throw that out there. But I think I prefer. I think I prefer Crazy Chicken Lady over Crazy Cat Lady. I mean, we sort of have a cat. Because she decided to adopt this stray in the backyard. It's like she keeps hoping he'll become an indoor cat. I don't think it's going to happen. But this way, she has a cat and he lets her pet him. You know, comes in around in the morning, she feeds it. I actually would have thought that he would bother the chickens, but nope. He just does his thing. The chickens do their thing. And it's not a problem at all. I have not. I've looked at vortex mixers. I just haven't pulled the trigger on it. Basically, the thought process at the moment is I want to get my recording table upgraded. Because of things I want to do, projects I've got in mind. It's little things like that sort of slip through the ADHD brain. But I have one in the cart. I think it was like $35. But that's just the one, like, you just like take the paint bottle and you just push it down and go, so you have to kind of hold it there. I'm assuming. Yes, maybe, no. Okay, so yeah, that's what I was thinking. But yeah, I do need to do that just because I need to better mixed paint. Like, I will admit, actually, ever since I switched over to the Monument Hobbies paint, like, I still have all of my, like, there's a whole wall of paint right here. But it's all Vallejo and Reaper and stuff like that. I don't do Games Workshop paint. I have some on my desk, but it's my son's. It's not mine. But I don't do Games Workshop paint. Just because it's too expensive. It's too expensive, and I hate the paint pots. Absolutely despise the paint pots. Did I? Ow. I gotta figure out what brown I used. I think I know which brown I used. Apparently, I didn't paint the underside of his coat. All right, so Glenn, with that comment, I mean, obviously, I change the date every time. But what would make the thumbnail better, in your opinion? Anyways, while you type that out, Glenn, I'm going to finish my thought about Monument Hobbies paint. Short answer, I've been really happy with them. I think the coverage is really good. I think the pigments are really good. They're easy to work with. I do have a little bit of complaint in that the bottles are super stiff. So like I'm always afraid that I'm going to squeeze out too much paint. But otherwise, they're great. I like them. So, and Glenn, actually another one. Make it crisper. You could even try Chat GPT. Give it the original intelligence. Maybe. Yeah, there's some other stuff like behind the scenes that I might be investing in that. I might try out Twitter Premium. To get access to Grok, which I've actually heard is really good. I mean, the short answer is I'm not really married to a particular AI tool. But like most of you want a better graphic. Okay. So is the Starfield just like a little too generic, or I mean, I know that I've changed it up in the past, so it's not like this is just something that I've done, for the first time. So yeah, that's true. I do need to have having one reason I was upset is like the dimensions of the particular picture that I was using are off for, oh my gosh. I admit it, I have horrible posture. Right, and that's kind of what I'm going for, Sink Noodles, is just, I'm not trying to make necessarily a living off of my YouTube channel. But I've always stated that I want the channel to essentially pay for itself. And it is a long ways away from that. But actually, one thing I will say, Glenn, Smooth Operations, I have been struggling to get it finished being read so I can do a review on it. I don't know if you've picked it up yet. But I like it. I'll give you a sneak preview of my review and let you know that I think it's a good role-playing book, not just a Shadowrun book. The number of things like game master advice, player advice, all this kind of stuff, all wrapped up into one. And I was not expecting that. Very interesting. I just need to finish getting it read. And I have skimmed some parts. But finish getting it read so that I can do and post the review on it. Like I was hoping to have it out before the book even launched. But life. You know, plus I got to read the next chapter for Eberron this week. Yeah, man, dude, I am right there with you. I'm struggling to focus, and you know, like I always do, but overall it's still good. Regardless, it's a like, I like the book. I'm just gonna put it that way. I like I actually like what they did with it. So even if you take a Shadowrun break, still give it a run through. I think you'll be shocked at how much just good general information is in there. Because like there's a whole chapter about motivations. There's you know, so it's technically geared at, okay, so you as the face, what are you going to use to get past people's defenses? But if you just reinterpret how you're reading it, it's just a bunch of good information as far as, hey, so take these tips and play a better character. And I didn't even say change your character. I said, well, okay, play your character better. That's what I should have said. There we go. Words. I can word. The Voden PDF? No. Is that a Shadowrun thing, or is that a... Voodoo. Oh yes, I got both. I got the Voodoo PDF and I got the New Orleans PDF. So clearly they were written to go together. Six World, sometimes you've got a way with words. Games Workshop released a Helm Hammerhand mini for Middle-earth strategy battle game, and it looks like a homeless guy who got mad that someone touched his stuff. Look, I'd get mad if someone touched my stuff. I've touches my stuff all the time, and I'm like, okay, that I don't. Hey, no, sorry. This is a family-friendly show. No, like my wife will move something. It's like, dang it, where'd the thing go? Voodoo PDF had a table for buying a corpse. I mean, well, duh. How are you supposed to? How are you supposed to be the, the bad guy from Live and Let Die? I think it's Live and Let Die. Live and Let Die. So it's not Dr. Kananga. Baron Samedi. There we go. Yeah, if you can't buy a body, how are you going to play Baron Samedi? Just makes sense. Duh. I don't know why anyone puts up with me. Yeah, my main problem is I keep buying the Shadowrun books and then not reading them, as usual. So I got it. I glanced through it. I noticed the sensitivity warning at the very beginning. Like, I'm sorry, if you're gonna put a sensitivity warning on something, just don't put it out. Because no matter what you do, you're gonna get something wrong. And whoever you hire to edit it for you is gonna come in with their own biases. And they're gonna get it wrong. Somebody else will say, no, that's not how that works. So just do good research, cite your sources, and write whatever the hell you want. Don't apologize for it. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. But yeah, I like the PDF line. I hate that I let myself get distracted and demotivated. I really need to go back and finish my my UCAS Louisville supplement. I've actually got some. I think I've got some good ideas on it. Like, especially for a PDF supplement. Like, it doesn't have to be too crazy or anything. Like, apparently there's an old abandoned mental institution outside of Louisville. So I was writing in like essentially a haunted location. Yeah, because they're doing all the stuff with like the I think it was Cutting Black, where they did the like, this portion of Pennsylvania disappears. You're like, wait, what? And so I was kind of playing off of that, and so it had I'd been trying to write this story about like essentially a ghost appearance, but in the end it's like it's more like a merging of dimensions or time periods kind of a thing. I really need to get back to that because I don't have enough projects on my plate. Jeez. But there's also a new Shadowrun line developer, so who knows if he's even interested. I mean, I guess the worst I could do is ask. Of course it was Old Man Withers! Duh, Sixth World! And then we find out the ghost trying to merge the dimensions was really mean Old Man Withers, the amusement park owner. That's why I keep Sixth World in chat, everybody. In case you were wondering. Because could you imagine that on the live stream? And he'd have gotten away with it, too, if it wasn't for those darn kids. Oh, I mean, and the funny thing is, like, okay, you mentioned that. Like, that's how I was presenting it. Was, you know, two kids exploring this now abandoned for over 100 years mental institution and kind of freaking out because, wait, what's going on here?
Anyways, and I realize I could technically put it out under Hollow Streets. But I got an in. And how cool would it be to say that I have something official? Anyhow, these are coming along. I like these. I don't think I'm finishing anyone today. I think I'm just going to keep going and doing little parts here, little parts there, whatever inspires me. I just have to have at least one close to finished. So that I can use it for the giveaway on Wednesday. Oh yeah, by the way, channel members are eligible to win even if not present. Otherwise, just be in chat and you could win. So, yeah. Anyways, but so then there's that. There's I was trying to come up with some ideas for Fort Knox and the gold depository, because they're right there. Oh, there we go. Loafweir bought it and turned it into his own private vault thing. I mean, come on. Why wouldn't a dragon buy a highly secured mountain to store his dragon stuff in? Huh? Come on. Come on. Anyone? Anyone want to argue against that point? I didn't think so. Because it's a good one. I'm going to forget this in like a week. I don't play fighting games. I mean, I have as like I did many years ago. I just struggle with video games lately, and I am a well, I am a let me finish my thoughts. Man, I get distracted easy. I am an absolute button masher. I mean, like to call me a button masher would be an understatement, because that's like the only way I know how to play those. And that kind of loses its appeal after a while. But I'm glad you're excited. Like, there's so much trash going on anyways, just in general, that when there's something to get excited about, like, go have fun with it. Like, that is one thing that you will find here. And I know I'm not unique, but it's how I try to run the channel. Is I'm going to talk about the stuff that I enjoy and that I like. And even if I don't like whatever it is you're into, I'm not going to give you grief for it. It doesn't make you necessarily like what I'm talking about. It doesn't, make you have any more fun with your game. So, if somebody's excited about it, all I try to do at worst is just encourage them to go have fun. So, and Six World, you're not wrong. He invested a lot in the stock market, but he's a dragon. He still has physical goods. Like, now you made me think. Shadowrun Wiki. I hate the Shadowrun Wiki. I really do. I mean, I realize technically, like, with a wiki, it's on whoever's complaining about it, because go make more. Interesting. At least in the Shadowrun, at least in the Shadowrun wiki, Fort Knox Shadowrun. Even just a Google search. That's interesting. I'm actually surprised that in 35 years, there has never been any mention of Fort Knox. At least that I can see in a Shadowrun product. Like, I realize, okay, we're talking about Kentucky. It's not necessarily a hotbed of activity. But, it's Fort Knox. My personal favorite, like, I don't care much for Wahapedia. I like Lexicanum. Number one, it's not built on fandom wikis. And number two, I think Wahapedia is just like literally referencing Lexicanum.
So that's my That's my
thoughts on Warhammer wikis.
Lex. Ooh. They got the .com.
It used to be under .org.
But yeah, like Lexicanum and Sarna are the two best like fan run wikis, period. But yeah, everyone else just seems to build off of like fandom or something. And like Shadowrun could absolutely stand to have a much better wiki. But they don't. See, that actually bugs me, Sink Noodles. Like a game shouldn't require the wiki to understand the lore. You know, like the wiki should like supplement the lore that you get by default. And that's where I think Sarna and Lexicanum do great. They give you tons of information, but you don't have to. I'm gonna. Did anybody hear that? Anybody hear anything besides me talking? Trying to not be a mean dad, but you know. Okay, that's even worse, man. If like your mechanics, if you have to go to a wiki to figure out that a mechanic exists, that's something else. But that's not a wiki problem, that's a game design problem.
Yeah,
And also, Six World,
you are 1,000% right. And stop interviewing Brian Young. Yeah, like the funny thing is, like, I could set up I could set up a wiki for Shadowrun. And just host it on my own server.
That's one way to put it. Half their Draconis Combine articles read like they were written by someone Google translating Romanian to English. Well, first off, no one cares about the Draconis Combine anyways.
It's all
about... Man, I forgot his name now.
I can't even remember the stupid character's name. The stupid wolf guy.
I don't know why I can't remember his name. Oh, not Jamie Wolf.
From Ill Clan. Senor Plot Armor himself.
I realize I'm completely destroying my argument. I'm feeling really dumb right now. Oh, Alaric Ward, there we go. We switched over to Battletech now, Sink Noodles. Keep up.
Worth it. Yeah, Shadowrun is actually how I started the channel. It was during lockdown and nobody was really covering any Sixth World topics, and so I started doing it. Most people tend to hate Sixth World, Sixth World included.
Glenn's okay with it, though.
I just like a good story in my game, and
In general, Shadowrun and Battletech have always
had
good stories.
Yeah, but that's, I mean, and I think part of that is because there is a lot of Shadowrun hate. And it's like they keep selling stuff, people keep buying it. But it's like you bring it up online and just the amount of hate that everyone just throws at it. It's like, guys, just have fun with it. Like, it literally came out the year after Cyberpunk came out. So they had to do something different. So they put the peanut butter in the chocolate. To mix the fantasy and the sci-fi. And I thought they did a good job of it. I think overall, Catalyst has done well with Shadowrun. Because, I mean, say what you will, they've put out 2 editions, just under Catalyst. They put out half of another edition, so like a lot of people love 4, a lot of people love 5. So it's like you can't tell me that everyone wants to give Catalyst grief. It was like the most popular version so far. That was 100% Catalyst. Okay, the most popular modern version. Yeah, I like the video game Sync Noodles. Really? When I'm paying attention, I see more people talking about, so I'm playing 5th edition. Okay, so I'm doing a character for 5th edition. Sometimes I'll see some 4th edition stuff, but for the most part, no, it's 5th edition. And I sort of ignore the 6 world stuff because of our good buddy. Hold on, which editing was worse, 5th or 6th? I can make you choose. Yeah, I mean, maybe I wasn't paying attention. I just didn't seem to see the same hate for 5th edition that there was for 6th edition. And even with its problems, supposedly 6th has fixed itself. I mean, that's actually like, hey, Mage, good morning, sir. Actually, that's one thing that I will give Catalyst like complete credit for, is they were early adopters in keeping all the old stuff alive through drive-through. I mean, obviously, you know, it's just PDF and occasional print on demand, which, according to Jason, is a lot harder to do than just making a PDF, I guess. But regardless, if you want any of the old stuff, almost all of it's available. So yeah, it's like 95%. Move to a correct time zone. For the record, sir, I am in Arizona, and our time doesn't change. Like, I mean, outside of like the normal passage of time, but all that stupid daylight savings nonsense, we don't do it. So there. Yeah, I'll admit, I don't want a ton of books. Like, I have a ton of books, but I don't want I don't want to try and build the entire collection of Shadowrun. And if they move to 7, who knows? I might not even purchase those physical. Maybe I'll just stick to PDF on those. It's still afternoon in correct time zones. Bruh. I like having you around, Sean. You've got a nice, quick wit. I mean, most people in my chat usually have a nice, quick wit, so... I get that 6 world, but I am also cheap. Because, especially since I can't guarantee it'll get used, going with PDF spreads it out a little bit more. Lets me save some money. So that's one of the main reasons that I do it. But like, I also get the I get the physical ones of 6th World because or the 6th edition stuff because I have a hookup. So I buy the PDFs, and then once a year I get a hardcover hookup. That's always nice. Yes, definitely easier to be witty with a chat delay. Oh, that was Albert, that's right. Have any of you heard my 20-year-old screaming from above me? Like, I never screamed while playing video games that I recall.
And I especially didn't do it around my children.
Hey, Curtis? So,
It's rather frustrating.
especially because I'm going to go up and go to bed here in a minute. And yes, even with a lot of stuff in between us,
I'll still hear it.
all right. I think I am at a stopping point.
Because my back hurts. Yes, I do work a night shift. Sink noodles. I work in the tech industry, and I hate waking up to an alarm. And so I work the night shift. They also pay me a little bit extra. I work the night shift and then sleep during the day, theoretically. And I am exhausted, so I should hopefully sleep well. Yeah, exactly, Curtis. There were no YouTubers playing video games back then. Right, exactly. See, and that's another thing, Mage. I can go to bed and then wake up whenever I want to. So it's great. Anyhow, okay, so don't forget. 24-hour ops center. That could be fun. So Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. At least until daylight savings time changes. Then it'll be 7 p.m. Eastern. So Seraphis has his kids home for 2 weeks due to school vacation in Australia. So I'm not sure if we're going to do the deep dive this week, but we will do something because we're going to keep that. I want to at least keep up the momentum, but I want the deep dives to be a little bit more professional. And so since his kids aren't in preschool, we'll figure something out. So, but we will be here because I want to make that a habit. So if you are a member, channel member, then you're automatically entered to win the miniature. If you are in chat, but you're not a member, you are also eligible to win the miniature. So show up for that. It's going to be one of the ones that I was working on today. Let's see. I'm going to. I'm still trying to get this smooth operations review done for Wednesday, as just a regular video, and then Thursday is going to be an interview with Tom Mason. He's been on the channel before. Super nice guy, really like him. He is a miniature sculptor for Reaper. He did Myth and Mercs for Mercs Minis before they shut down. I know he's worked for other people, but he is launching a Kickstarter, I believe, tomorrow for some sci-fi minis. So I'm going to get to talk to him about what he's got going on there. So that'll go for at least an hour, maybe 2 hours. We'll see. we'll play it by ear. But that'll also be at about 8 p.m. Eastern time. So I do have stuff going on. If you're new, Sink Noodles, subscribe to the channel. There's always stuff. Like, I'm trying to put out a few videos each week. But otherwise, everybody, I feel like this cold is coming back, so I'm gonna go get some rest. Thank you for keeping me company and chatting with me, and making the stream fun. And Mage, you're a troll, and I appreciate you for it. And that's a long, complicated issue in my brain that maybe I'll talk to you about it one day. So, anyhow, all right, I'm gonna go. Thanks, everybody, and we will talk to you next time.